Hi guys, so today I have my quarterly reading wrap up, and then I'm going to be telling you my top 5 or 6 favorite books. I'm going to be showing you my 5-star reads and my 4-star reads and kind of explaining why they were my favorites, because I only read 2 5-star reads this quarter, which is kind of sad, and most of them are like 3-star reads, which makes my heart sad. But anyways, I'm going to be running through all the books I read. I read 13 or 14 books this quarter. I've already read 2 in April, but I'm not going to include those. So let's just run through the books I read so far. So starting off in January, the first book I read was Prodigy by Marie Lu, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Future of Us by Jay Asher, and I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. Then I read Champion by Marie Lu, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Selection by Kira Cass, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. And lastly, in January, I read Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, and I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. Moving on to February, the first book I read is Someone Like You by Sarah Dessen, and I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. Then I read Just One Day by Gail Forman, and I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. Then I read The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware, and I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. Then I read Among the Hidden by Margaret Peterson Haydex, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, I think. The last book I read in February is An American Marriage by Tahira Jones, and I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. Moving on to March, the first book I read was The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars, of course. Then I read Every Day by David Levithan, and I gave that a 3 out of 5 stars. Then I read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and I gave that a 3 out of 5 stars. And the last book I read in March is My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars.
As you guys can see, let's try this again. Oh my god. Why are they so slippery? Okay.
Alright, so as you guys can see, the only books I kept are the ones I gave 4 or 5 out of 5 stars, and I kept An American Marriage even though I only gave it 3. I don't know why. I can't get rid of it for some reason. So the first 2, January, Prodigy and Champion, each 4 out of 5 stars. I liked each of them. I finally got to them after like years, because I read Legend and then I just didn't read the other 2. But I'm so glad I picked up this series, and I'm pretty sure everyone's read it, so you don't really need a synopsis. But yes, 4 out of 5 stars. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Now, come on, guys. You all love this book. It's amazing. It's about a girl named Star, and her best friend is shot by a white cop, and he is black. And basically, it's just kind of life after that. It's amazing, and you guys need to read it. My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. This is about a girl, and she basically watches her next door neighbors, which sounds kind of creepy, but it's not. And one of the boys, Jace, comes over and like sits with her, and then eventually they become friends and they fall in love and all that. But there's a lot more to it. There's a lot of family drama and stuff that you wouldn't guess by just reading the synopsis, but I would highly recommend it. All the other stuff outside of the romance makes the book that much better. And the last book I'm going to talk about is The Selection by Kira Cass, which is the first book in the Selection. Is it a trilogy, or is the other books like part of the series, or are they just novellas? I don't know. But this is the first book that I read, and I'm really enjoying the rest of the series. I'm reading the second one right now. I know a lot of people kind of are iffy about this, and I would agree that it's kind of like a quick, fun, like guilty pleasure almost read, because there's not much depth into it, but I really enjoyed it. Alright guys, so those are all the books I read this quarter and my top favorite books of this quarter. I'm kind of sad. I didn't read a lot of like amazing books, which makes me sad. So I'm hoping spring is better than that, which brings me to my next video, which I will be recording right after this and should be uploaded in a few days, which is going to be my spring TBR, so be on the lookout for that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.